day 21. And I guess I'll wander through these woods. If you noticed, I changed. Is it over there? Yes. See, new picture, woods and hills. So we're finally off the any kind of beachy area, and we're out into the wilderness. And this track is kind of representative of that, but a new wilderness, a livelier wilderness. Okay, I'm gonna flip over. I need to quit talking. So this track is literally just realizing, like, okay, all the excitement, I'm here. Now what? Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna wander through these woods. I found a place that kind of looks like a trail, and we're just gonna walk down it and see what happens. Because this is a journey. There is no specific methodology to getting to where we are. It's literally wandering to try to find our way home, or to try to find our way to our awakening, or whatever you want to look at it as. So, a couple of quick notes about this track before we listen to it. This is a shorter track, it's only about 2.5 minutes, and I kind of wanted it to be lively. I wanted it to be different, but at the same time, I kind of wanted to capture a little bit of the deserty feel. So, it's in a major key, it's not it's in just a basic major scale. It's not anything more. I guess it doesn't have that dry feeling that a lot of the earlier tracks did, but it is using the cajon. The cajon's made its way back after a while. Ocarina's made its way back after a lot of tin whistle, and there's just been a lot of those earlier elements, but in a newer, more lush way. And there's also an interesting shaker that I use, something really abstract, but I'm not going to tell you what that is till after this track. So let's go ahead and flip over and listen to day 21. I guess I'll wander through these woods. And that's track 21. We're on 21. Yes, 21. So, a couple of quick things about that. Like I said, I wanted this one to kind of carry a little bit of the elements of some of the earlier tracks in a new way. So, piano was not in any of the older tracks, or the original tracks. I say older because, like, to me, I'm working through my days. But in terms of the album, the first 10 tracks or whatever, the piano didn't come in until the interlude track, the very first one. And so I wanted to kind of carry through with that piano and just kind of like let that be something that's newer. It's kind of making more of a presence now because it's this more extroverted instrument that's saying like, "Hey, look at this, look at that." I don't know. That's just kind of what it is. It's like that. It's almost like the eyes. If music were different, serve different bodily functions. The ocarina is like the spirit or the heart, and then the piano is kind of like the eyes because it kind of comes in whenever moments of observance need to happen. And so this was a really straightforward track. Brought the cajon back because it has that wilderness vibe to it, that raw drum kind of feel to it. And I wanted to kind of, like I said, allude back to that before we move into this next section, just to kind of like reminisce for a second of where we've been, but also saying, like, hey, we're going somewhere new, somewhere greener pastures, so to say, or forests, or whatever you want to call it. That being said, I also did this, I think, on track 8, kind of alluded to the ocean sounds, and then I think there was one of the ocean tracks that kind of alluded. I don't know. I've had a couple of things that kind of blur. Also, when you're doing 30 different tracks, things have a tendency to kind of play back and forth a little bit. But the one thing I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about with this one is the very interesting shaker. I used a very organic instrument for this shaker, and this is really weird, but I'm going to tell you anyway. So whenever I was writing this, I actually leaned into my microphone like that too much when I was recording the ocarina, and I heard my beard rustle against the microphone, and so I used my beard as the shaker. I don't know if that's weird. It's probably really weird, but I wanted to see what would happen, and it's probably like my favorite shaker sound thus far. Just like kind of going back, we've used an actual shaker. We have used turning a lid on my big jug. We have used where's it at? This tape dispenser, and now for the last shaker, for the current shaker, we've used a beard. Okay, weird, I know, but you know, what are you gonna say about it? It sounds cool. So now you know my dirty secret. Except for I clean my beard. Okay, I'm done here. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and let me know what you think about this track in the comment section below. Thanks for hanging out with me on day 21, and I will see you tomorrow on day 22.